Hello, and welcome to Soul Connect for Educators. I'm your course facilitator, Diane Rinehart. I want to welcome you into this course, and I want to explain briefly what I want to do in this video. I'd like to take you on a walkthrough of the course, because we have a few aspects of the course that I think are really important. They will help you as you gain your learning of KnowledgePath as an item within your Canvas course, and your understanding of the power of a KnowledgePath assignment, along with some of the analytics and the interventions that you can do for our students. So I really want to walk you through all those stages. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of SOUL, along with many of my colleagues who will explain what SOUL means to them. A deeper understanding of what it means to be teaching a KnowledgePath course. Some of the distinct requirements we have as a KnowledgePath instructor, such as how to sync grades between Canvas and KnowledgePath. So there are many aspects, along with a very powerful discussion at the end of this course, where I'm actually asking you to look at KnowledgePath assignments that have been put up as samples by many of my colleagues, and I want you to take this time to interpret them. We actually had a wonderful faculty development individual that created this discussion for you to think about how these students would be intervened. How would you actually take the time and assess their learning given their KnowledgePath map? Would you pair them with another student? Would you send them an intervention saying, please do this? Would you challenge them to do more? So I think that's a really powerful way of looking at KnowledgePath and getting used to the system and what you see before you're actually seeing it with our students. So I think it's a really powerful tool, and that discussion is at the end. Again, we ask for you to fill out a survey because we're always looking to continually improve, and we always want to know what we can do to make this experience better for you. So I want to thank you for your time. I'm actually going to do a brief walkthrough of all the aspects of the course, and let's get started. So I'd love to talk about Soul Connect for Educators course. We're enrolling you as a teacher in this course, and the reason we're going to do this is because we're going to allow you to actually look at KnowledgePath as an instructor. But we also have the ability for you to go to an external site and see KnowledgePath as a student. We will be giving you each individual usernames and passwords to access this. So be on the lookout for that. I basically just want to walk you through the modules of the course so you can feel comfortable with it. So we give you a brief welcome and overview. You get to meet me, and I have this video in under your course facilitator. Methods of getting support if you're needing any help. That would also be primarily to me. So please follow the instructions there. Give me as many details as possible. The next thing we're going to do is go through SOUL, what social online universal learning means. So we have a little bit of an introduction to what SOUL means, and then we have many of my colleagues speaking directly about what SOUL means to them. We have a little quiz just asking you to show your knowledge on what you've learned about SOUL. Next, we bring you directly into the KnowledgePath aspect. That is what this course is primarily meant to accomplish, showing you how to interact with our adaptive platform from Realize It, which is called KnowledgePath. So we have an introduction. We show you what the instructor sees, what the student sees. We allow you to participate in KnowledgePath as a student. That's, as I mentioned earlier, with your username and password that we will give to you each individually. And you get to take a quiz. There are distinct tasks in KnowledgePath that faculty must do. Perhaps you've been told KnowledgePath automatically grades. Well, it does, but you have to sync the grades between KnowledgePath and Canvas. So we've given you all these instructions. We also have a checklist in there for helping you on how to interact with your students, how to stay on top of the grading that needs to be done really twice for each assignment. So we've included a lot of information, including a few short videos, to help you with this type of concept. Additionally, you'll hear it in the messages from people speaking about what soul means to them. This is a data-driven approach. And with that, faculty interactions can be stronger through a KnowledgePath course than a traditional course. You will gain greater insight into the activity and interactions of your students with KnowledgePath than any course you've ever seen before. So we want to make sure you understand how to do that. So a lot of it is getting used to the learning map, the details tab, interactions, and really understanding the analytics of KnowledgePath. How do we do this? We ask you to put it into action. So here you will see an assignment which has been created as a discussion where we are actually asking you to look at the data maps. What do you think is happening? How would you intervene? What would you do? So we're going to give you some examples of who we'd like you to look at, and as a discussion with your colleagues in this course, we would ask you to put into practice what you have learned. This will be a great way for you to start the community experience of educators to understand best practices in working with this adaptive platform. So finally, we actually have the maps for you to look at. We'll ask you to look at what you feel comfortable with. If you want to look at biology, English, humanities, psychology, please feel free. You're going to be looking at it and taking the information you've gained through the previous knowledge provided in this course to know, how would I intervene in student X? How would I intervene in student Y? Etc. And create the discussion, because I believe it will help when your colleagues bring back to you methods that they may have used, the method they would have chosen to intervene or provide an interaction with a student given the analytics that they found in KnowledgePath. Finally, our last thing is just a survey. As I mentioned earlier, we're always looking to continually improve, and to do that we need your feedback. So please complete the survey for us and let us know what we can do to help you better. So that's a brief walkthrough. I hope it helps you. Feel free to get started because your classes will be starting very quickly. And so essentially, with most classes here at BayPath, start at the top, work your way down. There will be a wealth of information. And the great thing is this course is available for you to come back to as a reference point to learn a little bit more, because there is quite a bit to learning KnowledgePath. I thank you for your time, and as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to be in touch.